Society for Promotion of Area Resource Centers, SPARC, is an NGO that began working in 1984 with the pavement-dwelling women of central Mumbai. This was at a time when their homes were being demolished at will by the municipal corporation. SPARC met with the National Slum Dwellers Federation, NSDF, in 1985, and both agencies decided to work together. NSDF is a people's organization made up of pavement and slum families that now operates in more than 50 towns and cities in 9 states of India. In Mumbai alone, about 225,000 families regularly interact with NSDF and Mahila Milan. Mahila Milan, Women Together, is a decentralized network of collectives of pavement and slum women organized around savings and credit, and came into being when SPARC and NSDF decided to work together. The main goal of the alliance of SPARC, NSDF and MM is to produce change from below by organizing the urban poor. The alliance is also part of an international people's organization, Slum Dwellers International, or SDI, which operates in 15 countries of Asia and Africa. To provide land security, housing and infrastructure for the urban poor is the main objective of the alliance and of SDI. One of the insights of the alliance was that unless there was a critical mass of the organized poor, their voice would not be heard in the corridors of governmental power where policies and programs are formulated. The federation process creates the means to assist the poor to seek an identity through membership in the federation, to prioritize their demands, explore innovative solutions, and demonstrate to city authorities that there exist solutions to the complex problems that cities face, which can also work for the poor. City governance and addressing needs of the poor are two sides of the same coin, and solutions for city administrations through partnerships with communities are seen as a way forward. The mechanisms devised to bring people together are developing women's savings and credit collectives, creating community-owned information about their settlements through enumeration and mapping, and exchanges between slums in a city, between cities in a country, and between countries where groups of slum dwellers share their problems and knowledge with each other. These horizontal exchanges are fora to learn and teach, to support and inspire. One key activity that federations take up is precedent setting and demonstration pilot projects. For example, the Alliance resettled 900 families living along the railway tracks in Mumbai in 1998 by working with the railway, municipality and state government. This community-driven resettlement became the basis for a part of the World Bank-funded Mumbai Urban Transport Project, designed to improve the traffic and transportation problems of a city of 12 million people. The alliance was given a contract by the state government to resettle about 20,000 families living along the railway tracks. In 3 years, 12,000 families have been resettled without the use of any municipal or police force. As a result, trains run faster, more trains run on the same tracks, the delays passengers faced have been reduced, the productivity of the city's economy has gone up, and last but not least, the slum dwellers have secure housing. In giving this sole source contract to the alliance, the government and the World Bank recognized that no other agency had the information needed about railway settlements, nor did any agency have an organized presence amongst slum dwellers living along the railway tracks. The Railway Slum Dwellers Federation, RSDF, a component unit of NSDF, has been active in railway slums since 1987, preparing people for shifting. The story of the MUTP shows how pilot projects can be scaled up to city level in partnership with state agencies and multilateral institutions. By creatively engaging with these agencies, the alliance was able to change both policy and program. Another example of precedent-setting projects is that of community sanitation blocks. Toilets in slums, few and far between, are most often in a state of disrepair because of a lack of maintenance. People defecate in the open in the absence of an alternative. The conservancy staff of municipalities are notoriously lax in their duties, and since local communities are never involved in designing or constructing toilet blocks, they have no sense of ownership. The alliance of Spark, NSDF and initiated toilet construction in slums in different towns through community participation. Then in the city of Pune, an enthusiastic municipal commissioner invited the alliance and other NGOs to construct more than 10,000 toilet seats in the slums of the city. The alliance got more than 2,000 seats constructed where community women designed, constructed and maintained the toilets. What had begun as pilot projects on a modest basis was now scaled up to cover 80% of the city's slum population. Success in Pune was followed by a contract given to the alliance in Mumbai to construct 6,400 toilet seats under the World Bank funded slum sanitation program, with community women playing a major role. Next year it is expected that the World Bank will fund the $100 million slum sanitation program in Mumbai and other cities. The program has also spread to other cities, and municipalities of other countries are also eagerly studying it. Based on the Pune experiment, the Government of India introduced a new scheme to provide subsidies for community toilets. These examples provide further evidence of the power of pilot projects, which are then substantially scaled up in partnership with state agencies. The Alliance believes that the key to change is forming poor people's organizations and building their capacities so that grassroots democratic processes in civil society force the state to respond by changing public policy and prompting public action in favor of the poor. It is through the collective assertion and articulation of demand that the poor realize their own agency, through which they can become the authors of their own destinies, rather than remain as mere actors in scripts written and directed by others. When pilot projects get scaled up to city level, they require finance on a much larger scale. Formal institutions in many countries are reluctant to engage with the poor. Bridge funds, guarantees, working capital and loans are needed in the interim till regular funding is organized. Community-led infrastructure finance facility CLIF has been designed to fill the gap that exists.